What if the heaviest thing you carry every single day weighs nothing at all? At 24, Tao looked like someone who had already lived a long, exhausting life. His eyes were always heavy, his shoulders always low, and his mind was never quiet. He was the kind of person who was always thinking, not dreaming, not planning, but worrying. Every morning he woke up with thoughts already running in his head. What if I fail in life? What if I never become successful? What if I make the wrong decision? What if my past mistakes destroy my future? And at night, when the world went silent, his mind became even louder. He would replay old memories, the time he failed an important exam, the time he trusted the wrong friend, the time he stayed quiet when he should have spoken up. And then he would imagine the future, a future where he struggles, a future where people judge him, a future where nothing goes right. Because of this, he was always tired, not physically, but mentally. Even when he was sitting quietly doing nothing, he felt drained. His friends started noticing. "Bro, you're always somewhere else. You never enjoy anything. Why are you always so serious?" But Tao didn't know how to explain it. How do you explain a storm that no one else can see? One evening, after a long and stressful week, Tao decided to walk out past the edge of the city, toward the hills. He needed fresh air. He needed silence. He needed something. He walked without direction. The city noise slowly faded, replaced by the soft sound of wind moving through bamboo. After some time, he reached a quiet mountain path lined with old pine trees. There, beside a small stone shrine, an old man sat peacefully on a low wooden bench. The old man looked different. Not rich, not powerful, not anything extraordinary, but peaceful. Completely peaceful. He was simply sitting there, watching the clouds drift, a soft smile resting on his face. Tao stopped. He didn't know why, but something about that man made him curious. He walked closer. The old man looked up and smiled. "You look tired," he said gently. Tao gave a weak smile. "I am." The old man nodded as if he already understood. "Sit," he said. Tao sat beside him. For a few moments there was silence, but strangely it wasn't uncomfortable. It was calm. After a while, the old man asked, "Tell me, what is making you so tired?" Tao hesitated at first, but then something inside him broke open. He started talking. He talked about his past. He talked about his mistakes. He talked about his fears. He talked about his future worries. He spoke for a long time, and the old man just listened, without interrupting, without judging. When Tao finally stopped, he felt a little lighter, but still confused. The old man looked at him and asked a simple question. "All these things you're worried about, can you solve them right now?" Tao thought for a moment. "No, not all of them." The old man nodded. "Then why are you carrying them all at once?" Tao stayed silent. The old man picked up a small stone from the path and placed it in Tao's hand. "Hold this." Tao held it. "It's not heavy, right?" the old man asked. "No," Tao said. The old man smiled. "Now hold it for 1 minute." Tao held it. "Now imagine holding it for 1 hour." Tao nodded slowly. It would start to feel heavy. "And if you held it the entire day?" the old man asked. Tao understood. "It would feel very heavy, even though it's small." The old man smiled. "Exactly. The problem was never the weight of the stone. The problem is how long you hold it." Tao looked at the stone in his hand and suddenly it felt different. The old man continued, "Your worries are like this stone. Thinking about them for a moment is normal, but holding them all day, all night, that's what makes you tired." Tao took a deep breath. "But how do I stop thinking?" he asked. The old man looked toward the sky. "You don't stop thinking," he said. "You learn when to let go." Tao frowned slightly. "I don't understand." The old man smiled and pointed toward a stream flowing just below the path. "Come." They walked down together. The water moved smoothly over the stones. The old man picked up a fallen leaf and placed it gently on the surface. "Watch." The leaf drifted away with the current. Life is like this stream, the old man said. Some things are within your reach, like where you place your foot, but many things are not, like how the water chooses to flow. Tao watched the leaf disappear around a bend. The old man turned to him. Now tell me, if you tried to stop this stream with your bare hands, what would happen? Tao smiled slightly. It's impossible. Exactly, the old man said. And yet you are trying to control everything in your life. Your past, your future, other people, outcomes, everything. Tao lowered his gaze. The old man's voice grew softer. Listen carefully. This part matters most. If you can solve a problem, then there is no need to worry. Just take action. And if you cannot solve it, there is still no need to worry, because worrying will not solve it either. Tao looked up. Those words landed somewhere deep. The old man continued, You are suffering not because life is hard, but because you keep fighting things you cannot control. Tao felt something shift inside him. But what about my past? He asked quietly. I made mistakes, real ones. The old man smiled. Let me tell you something small. Tao listened closely. Once a traveler was walking with a heavy sack of stones on his back. Someone asked him, Why do you carry that? He said, These stones are my past mistakes. I carry them so I never forget. The old man paused, but the truth is he never grew wiser from it. He only grew weaker. Tao's eyes widened slightly. The old man looked at him directly. Your past is a lesson, not a punishment you must serve forever. Learn from it, then set it down. Tao felt his chest loosen for the first time in a long while. He wasn't thinking about his past anymore. He was just listening. And what about the future? Tao asked. The old man smiled again. The future is like the sky. Tao looked up. Clouds drifted slowly overhead. You can see it, but you cannot hold it. You can prepare for it, but you cannot control it. He took a slow breath. Most people ruin their present worrying over a future that hasn't even arrived yet. Tao felt a strange, unfamiliar calm settle over him. The old man offered a simple example. Tell me, when you eat a meal, do you worry about next week's meals while you're eating? Tao shook his head. No. You focus on the meal in front of you, don't you? Yes. Then why not treat your whole life the same way? The old man asked. Why are you trying to live an entire lifetime in a single day? Tao smiled faintly. That question changed something in him. They walked back up to the shrine and sat again. The sun was beginning to set, painting the sky in soft gold and orange. The old man closed his eyes and took a slow, peaceful breath. Tao watched him. There was no tension in his face, no worry, no rush, just peace. How are you always this calm? Tao asked. The old man opened his eyes. I trust life, he said simply. Tao looked confused. I do my best with what I can control, the old man continued, and I release what I cannot. I don't fight the stream. I move with it. Tao stayed quiet. Those words felt heavier than they sounded. But doesn't that make you careless? Tao asked. The old man shook his head. No, it makes me free. Tao took a deep breath. For the first time in years, his mind felt quiet, not empty, but lighter. The old man rose slowly. It's getting late, he said. Tao stood too. Thank you, he said, meaning it. The old man smiled. Remember, life becomes simple when you stop making it complicated, and sometimes the best thing you can do is... He paused, then said softly, just let it happen. Tao nodded and began walking back toward the city. Something felt different. The problems were still there, his past was still there, his future was still uncertain, but his perspective had changed. That night, lying in bed, his mind started to think again. But this time, he asked himself one simple question. Can I solve this right now? If the answer was yes, he planned his action. If the answer was no, he let it go, slowly, gently. Day by day, the weight began to lift. He started noticing small moments again: the morning light, a warm bowl of tea, an honest conversation. His life didn't magically become perfect, but it became peaceful. And sometimes that is even more powerful. Because in the end, life isn't about controlling everything. It's about understanding what you can control and having the courage to release the rest. This simple lesson changed Tao's life. And honestly, this story helped me too. Maybe it can help you as well. If you know someone who is always stressed, always overthinking, always tired for no reason, share this with them. And if you want more stories that not only bring you peace but teach you something real about life, make sure you subscribe and check out the previous story too. Everything happens for a reason,